Children of the Chieftain, Banished, by Michael E. Wills. Narrated by the author. Prologue. "Enter, enter, it's warm in here. Shake the snow off your boots as you come in." The old man ushered the young folk into the room, the only room in the house. It was the place where he lived, ate, and slept. In the centre of the room was a blazing fire. The flames licked upwards towards the hole in the roof where the smoke escaped. "Take your coats off. You can throw them on the table over there." He waved his hand in the direction of the rough-hewn table, and the children obeyed his request. The man was wearing a heavy cloak, even though he was indoors. Much of his face was covered by a grey beard, and he had a permanent stoop, his old figure bent by old age. "Come on, don't be shy. Sit on the logs by the fire." The young ones took their places on the long horizontal logs which were raised off the ground on blocks of wood. They surrounded the fire on 3 sides. On the 4th side there was a high-backed chair which had been fashioned out of a tree trunk which had been hollowed out. My, there are more of you here this time, aren't there? Curious to hear old Al's story, are we? And it's a wondrous tale. By the gods, I have much to tell," he said as he shuffled towards the big chair. The children, whose eyes had now grown accustomed to the poor light in the room, for the fire was the only source of light, could now see more of the inside of the house. Along one wall there was a couch with a heap of elk and wolf skins piled at the end. This was the old man's bed. On the wall above the bed was a red and black shield with a yellow sun painted in the centre, and a sword, the latter glinted in the firelight. Had they been able to see more detail, they would have been able to see the cuts and grooves on the shield, marks from past combat. Hanging from the ceiling beams were various food items: dried fish, smoked meat, and hard bread, provisions for the winter, hung on cords. This sight was a common one in all households, as it was the only way to be certain that mice and rats couldn't reach precious provisions. On another wall was a curious flag which had been nailed up, curious because it showed a picture of an animal the like of which the children had never seen, with a large head covered by thick fur. Its mouth was wide open, showing huge, fearsome teeth. Under the picture on the flag were some strange letters, and although none of the children could read, they knew that the letters were not.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?